Hey guys, let me see. I got to set up. Sorry, I'm late. All right. Sorry, I'm guys. Good morning. Wait a minute. Let's get it together. We're talking about the Snowdens. We're talking about seeking sister wife. We're going to start at the 3-minute mark. I'm going to let a couple of people come in the room. I hope you can hear me okay. I'm just setting up, guys. I'll be doing breakdowns eventually. It's just taking a little longer for me to do editing. So right now, currently, that's why I'm going live so much. So let me just make sure everything's in here. You can hear me okay. I hope all is well with you and yours. Oh, we're talking about the Snowdens, and we'll start. If you're catching a replay, you can fast forward. We're going to start around the 3-minute mark. Y'all, I was up late last night. It was so much going on the internet. Let's get it together. We're going to talk about another sister wife speaking out today. My personal opinions, and we're going to talk about that. I don't know where I want to go with this. Let's just talk about it together. While I have you, before we start, when I start my videos, this is my Patreon. It starts at $3 a month. I'm a new content creator. I'm learning how to work the computer, and I would appreciate it if you consider joining to my Patreon. Also, if you want to support me, I have links below any kind of way. Also, if you would like to drop anything in a collection plate, it's $1 or so, 50 cents. Here is here's my Cash App. It will help me get new things I need to start this channel up. So you don't have to do it. You being here is enough. And we're going to get started at the 3-minute mark. Thank you so much. Okay, guys, let me just set up. I hope all is well with you and yours. I just have to give y'all this intro starting at the 3-minute mark, and we're talking about sister wives and a new possible sister wife. Let me pull up one more tab while we're waiting. You guys, like I said last night, I was like, what is going on over here? I was like, enough is enough. I was, I can't wait for the tell-all. Did you guys see? Just in case you didn't see it, we're gonna talk a little spoilers. But I really can't wait for the tell-all. You know what I mean? If they're gonna do it, because COVID restrictions, so I'm sure they're gonna do it. They have to do the tell-all at the end, right? Yeah, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. Where's Tasha K when you need her? Where is Tasha K? Where is Armand Wiggins when you need them? Okay, guys, let me load up one more thing and then we're good to go. Okay. Let me load up one more thing since nobody's in here yet. We'll start around the 5-minute mark, guys. You can fast forward. I'm sorry. You can fast forward to the 5-minute mark. Let me just set up one more thing. You guys know I ran in here. I was already late, and I just wanted to make sure I had everything. Seeking Sister Wives is one of my guilty pleasures. I love watching it. It's just really good TV. It's just something different. I'm new to YouTube, so I always keep in mind these are still people's lives, especially when they choose to bring the children on in. So let's get this started, guys. Okay, we got 26 seconds. You can fast forward to the 5-minute mark. I wanted to bring out one more thing. I hope all is well with you and yours, you guys. I really do. Oh Lordy. Let's get it started. Thanks for being here. You know what? I learned this wait time from one of my mentors. Wait the 3 or 5-minute mark so everybody's alerted. All right, let's go. Seeking Sister Wives, the Snowdens. You guys, good morning. Okay, let's talk about the Snowdens. Yeah. Okay, so I was chilling last night, minding my business like I always do, right? And I followed the sister wives the other day. The big thing was that Crystalline opened up her page, and yesterday, that happened yesterday. Yesterday was Seeking Sister Wives, I think episode 7, right? So this was Crystalline coming in, spoiler alert, coming to live with the Snowdens, and Tayler is already living with the Snowdens at this point, because we saw last week that Tayler wanted to move in right away. She didn't want to leave, right? So all of a sudden, I was just up last night, and everyone was going mad on Instagram. I'm talking about the ex-sister wives. Now, I always say here, I'm not victim shaming, I'm not victim blaming. I'm just stating the facts. I wasn't there, you guys wasn't there. So we don't know what is going on, right? So I look online, and it's Tayler kicked it off. So we know that Tayler kicked it off yesterday with the cancellation of Sister Wives. She called for a cancellation. She said, sick of fake news, sick of the lies, I'm nobody's enabler, throw the whole show away. And she hashtag cancel Sister Wives. Now, I told you, though, it's no secret. Tayler, if it was the 3 women in the house, Tayler, Crystalline, and Ashley, Tayler probably would have ended up being my favorite at the end, because she was a little more free spirited. I just wanted to see where that was going to go. But we saw this week, and if you're just joining us, spoiler alert again, we saw this week that Tayler moved in, but when Crystalline arrived, Tayler kind of felt a little outed, because Crystalline had her 2 babies, the Snowdens had their 3 babies, and it was a problem. Like, she was like, well, wait a minute now, I'm out here alone. What's gonna happen? So we saw that amongst everything going on, I'm just trying to give you a background. We saw amongst everything going on that Crystalline filed domestic DV on Dimitri and Ashley, right? And so Tayler came back, and she's been doing subliminal post. She's been doing subliminal posts, sort of saying, I got Crystalline back, because as we know, the DV case was not proven. It was thrown out. When I say that, you guys get so mad, but I'm saying what we know, what was on the thing. I'm not saying it didn't happen. I was not there. I feel some kind of way about it, because I told y'all how I felt about that text message. But at the end of the day, Ashley and Dimitri, they sort of, the dispute case, the DV case was dissolved. Ashley didn't get one at all. And then and then Dimitri, his DV was dissolved, and then the case was dropped. We just have to say what it was. Like, I don't know what y'all want me to say. That's what it is. I can't make it something it's not. So they were all fighting about this case. So anyway, long story short, all of a sudden, Crystalline opens her page up to the world. Let's go take a look at what happens yesterday. Thanks for being here. If you're here, hit the like. Hit the like for you, girl. All right, let's see what happened yesterday, y'all. I was really like, okay, this is the part that threw me. I was like, what is going on? Okay. So we see, I'm bringing you guys over to I Am Divine Soul, which we know is Tayler. Man, Tayler just seems like she's uber cool. You know what I mean? But at one point, Ashley felt like that too. I don't know what to think. Okay. So we're over here, and all of a sudden, this happens. Let's see if it's still up. Okay. We're going to follow Tayler's Instagram. Y'all let me know when we get to it. She did Protect Your Energy. She did the Sick of the Fake News. And this is the one. I think it comes up next. Crystalline reposted that. Sick of the fake news, sick of the lies. I'm nobody's enabler. Throw the whole show away. Right? Then Vanessa reposted that. You guys following me? Sick of the fake news, sick of the lies. I'm nobody's enabler. Okay. Right here, guys. She posts, we on that ass. And she adds Crystalline Peterson, Vanessa Cobbs, and Adrian. I'm sorry, Adrini. Wait a minute. I want to say her name correctly. I hate when someone miss. Is it Ariadne? Oh my gosh. She had an interview. So Miss Joseph here. Do you guys see? Is that the hyenas and the lioness? And what is going on? And she posts, we on that ass. And she, I think it's Ariadne. And I hope I'm saying it correct. She had an interview this morning with another YouTuber. I'm gonna put it in the description box below. I hope, and I love the way it's pronounced, but I can't really get it right now. We on that ass, and she added Crystalline, Vanessa, and the other young lady, Ariadne Joseph. And I said, now wait a minute. Now. Look at this. Look at this. So I said, wait a minute. We on that ass, and she added everybody. Okay, this is Tayler. Like I said, this is Tayler. What do y'all think about that? So I feel some kind of way with I've been seeing hold on, let me get her name right, because I do not, since nobody's on here right now but a couple of people, and welcome guys. Let me get her name right so I'm not saying the wrong thing. Thanks for being here, guys. And the YouTuber is LJ Talks TV, and you basically get to learn about, let me get her name. Ariadne Joseph. That's her name. Okay, I had to listen, guys. I swear I hate to say people's name wrong. You know, I feel like it's just a form of disrespect if I can help it. Okay, so Ariadne Joseph is now tagged in Tayler and Vanessa's post. Now, this is Ariadne Joseph here. She is claiming to be one of the Snowden sister wives. As always, I always reach out to people and just introduce myself and say, hey, I'm covering sister wife, just so you know I'm here. This is my email inbox, if I'm, anything going on. I'm a new YouTuber. So Ariadne is one of the Snowden's previous sister wives. Okay, I want to do a disclaimer here. The thing about Ariadne is she had, when Sister Wives season 2 kicked off, she had already in 2019 had something to say about, I cannot believe that these people are on TV. Let's take a look here. She posted, this is her. Before we even start with that, I find it interesting that the women of the family automatically, when you meet Ashley Snowden, do you notice that everyone immediately gets the bendy? They immediately go, like, we even can see with Ariadne here. She has it on her forehead. And then if we go up and we take a look at Crystalline, she's here right now with, her third eye here. It's like you automatically go, Tayler doesn't have hers, but you automatically go to that. And then I noticed that Ashley, when she's doing like maybe a cryptic post, it's gone. She doesn't have it. You know what I mean? She doesn't have that third eye, that bendy on her forehead. Anyway, back to Ariadne. She's saying that she was the sister wife of the Snowdens. She was a sister wife of the Snowdens, and she comes with receipts. Now, all these groups I follow, the people have found the posts from 2019, 2018, where she was reaching out to warn people, possibly, allegedly, I have to say that, allegedly, about the Snowdens. So she had been saying that this is how Dimitri did her. This is what's going on. So let's just read a little bit. And this is Ariadne here in the picture with the Snowdens. And guys, it comes with text messages and all of that. I didn't post the text messages because I'm like, okay, let me just slow down. And I'm gonna explain why at the end. Like, I'm sitting here like, where is Tasha K, Armand Wiggins, or Lovely T when you need them? Like, I'm sitting here like, I think it's a reason possibly that the bigger bloggers are not picking up on this. That's what I got today. I said, because this is something that's deep, kind of, informative, but it's people who have access to the real breakdowns that people would jump at an interview for. They're not following with it yet. You know what I mean? So let's read a little bit of what Ariadne said. She said, I thought she was my sister and I loved her as such. So when she left me with no explanation, that destroyed me because I thought she was sincere. But I found text messages from her to Dimitri saying awful things about me and my children. So Ariadne is a mom, I believe a mother of two, and she was the sister wife to the Snowdens before filming started. Okay. She says, but I found text messages from her to Dimitri saying awful things about me and my children. It was hard to see them take their dysfunction to a national level. Even if the girl Jocelyn, and now Jocelyn, if you remember, she was the one in season 1 that Dimitri had sex with, like on the first date, is a paid actor. What has happened speaks volumes to their morality and actual interest in living a healthy polygamous lifestyle. She comes with receipts. That's her there with the Snowdens. Yeah, so she has been speaking out, and ever since, here's a better picture. She's there with the Snowdens. She's in their domain. She's hanging. It's like almost that. I want to say this may have been around Atlanta time. I can't confirm that. I have to read some more. Y'all, one group got like 76 pages of text messages between her and Dimitri. And I'm like, who? I can't sit here and read all this because it was so confusing. But it was a lot of what possibly Crystalline is saying. And if we go back just to see that Tayler, Crystalline, now Adrini, oh my goodness, I missed her name again. Is now posting these messages like, we coming from for you regarding possibly the Snowdens. This is allegedly. Well, it is the Snowdens. It's not, or possibly just Dimitri. Now that this sister wife is coming out with receipts and they're calling to for the cancellation of sister wives, it's not gonna happen. I hate to tell them this. They're not gonna cancel sister wives because of the alleged, this is my opinion, but the alleged DV that possibly Dimitri had. This is the reason why, my opinion. TLC does not give no cares, as we could see from the Duggars, as we could see from Little People Big World, when young Jacob said that one of the crew touched him allegedly, and no, they don't care. They just keep the shows running. They just I think Discovery is first, and then it's under the umbrella. You know what I mean? So now, for everybody to be coming out and saying we're speaking against the Snowdens, can I be honest? This is an honest post. I'm not we have to go with the facts. I'm not victim blaming anyone. It's so hard, not to me, because I'm open. Hey, I'm free. You guys do what you love. But it's so hard for these women to go forth and say that the Snowdens did this and that to them, and you entered this polygamous lifestyle this is how they're going to judge you. You know what I mean? It's not fair. I'm not saying it's fair. It's fair that possibly the authorities are judging you like this or something like that. But it's what's happening. Like, I don't think a police report has been out yet. Like I said, I'm not there. But I don't think a police report has hit the TMZ has not said that. We do see the lawsuit and we see that Crystalline has something to say. But it's kind of a sticky situation because it's grown women. Let me be clear, no one deserves DV. Doesn't matter what situation. If you chose to be in the 20th wife, you don't deserve it. But I can only imagine how it is walking into the authorities and complaining about this situation. And I was reading some of Adrini texts, and I was like, that she had with the Snowdens and going back and forth. And I sort of saw them baiting if these are correct texts. Like, she was like, this is me ad-libbing. Oh, Dimitri's cheating or whatever. And this is alleged. Ashley Snowden will come back with, I don't know anything. I only know what you told me. So it's like you guys are falling into, because one thing we know about the Snowdens, they could control their emotions when they're on, right? When they're on camera. So you guys are falling into their trap easily, which may be where that text we heard from TMZ that says that Dimitri was able to get that the judge dropped the case because Crystalline, he had a text that said Crystalline liked the choking. So yes, you may have been choked, but now the text says you liked it. It's really unfortunate and it's really sad, if I'm making sense. This is all so confusing. It's hey T Million, welcome. It's like, okay, so let's get back to Adrini. I apologize if I'm saying that. It just slipped me again. Beautiful lady. So she's a mom. She's the sister wife that was before Crystalline, before Vanessa, before Tayler, before he slept with the girl on the first date. She was a sister wife before TV. So that's interesting to know. Let's read a little bit more on the text because someone brought up the fact that she may have been upset because they were on TV, and someone said, so if you're an actress, because she is an actress, Ariadne, that's what it is. If you're an actress, now how do we all know this isn't just an act that you're putting it on for ratings? And she says, I'm not on the show, therefore I cannot benefit from anything and have no interest in doing so. Had I wanted fame, I could have easily gone to TLC myself. And even then, why on earth would anyone deliberately want this kind of attention? I have an established career. I don't need this. She also, let's read a little bit more. My name is Ariadne. I'm a former sister wife of Dimitri and Ashley Snowden. It saddens me to see how things are still the same with Dimitri. He was cheating on, quote, us when I was there. In fact, I have texts and Facebook messages from him to some women he was sleeping with. And this is alleged, guys. I'm just reading what was posted. Now, I also want to put, this was posted in 2019 on the site. It's crazy. So she already had came out about this before Vanessa, before everybody, right? Okay, she says, in fact, I have texts and Facebook messages from him to some women he was sleeping with. It was only a year ago I was thrown out of the house after Ashley decided she did not want me there anymore. I refused to be her, quote, lover. And she took that as me not wanting her, only Dimitri. Before I was thrown out, Ashley took the children and went to Cincinnati and left Dimitri to do the dirty work. While he and I were there without her, he had another woman sleep over without my knowledge. There was so much trauma my daughters and I experienced while being there. It was horrible. Ashley is an enabler and her husband a sexual deviant. I thought she was my sister and I loved her as such. So when she left me with no explanation, let me see if I got the rest for you guys. It was a lot. You guys, I was up there like, what is going on? Okay, I'm just gonna continue from here. It's a lot. Like I can't even put all of it in. After another month of mistreatment by them both, Ashley left the house abruptly and headed to Cincinnati. At the time, I didn't know why she left, and he wouldn't tell me. The next night, Dimitri got dressed and left the house. He didn't tell me where he was going, so I went to his office and grabbed his work phone. I needed to know what was happening, and what I saw made my heart stop. He had been sleeping with other women the entire time. From phone text to Facebook messages, he hunted women, selling them the same story he sold me. He and Ashley talked so badly about me. They wanted me out the house, and she left him to do the dirty work. I had given up everything back home to start a new life with them, so I had nothing. I sold everything my children and I owned, so I had no money, no family, and no place to go. I was afraid to stay, but I couldn't leave until I got the funds to do so. Oh, gosh. Let's read the comments. Okay. So this is a Deanie. I'm speaking of that a Dreenie. I'm sorry. Why am I have to hear her name one more time in my head. Ariadne Joseph. No. Hold on, guys. This is live. And I got to say this lady's name right, this woman's name. She had an interview today and someone said her name so great. And you know what? Let's say it together. Let me listen one more time. Ariadne. So the D is silent. Ariadne. I'm sorry, guys. I wanted to make sure I had it right. So she is saying how the Snowdens basically kicked her out, talked bad behind her back. She's claiming allegedly she was one of the wives that was there before the TV, before the fame, and they treated her bad. Okay. So she got over it. Now we turn around and I'm just, I would love to hear more of her story. I would really love to hear more of her story because I think this is me saying this allegedly. Because we see Tayler's post here. Let's go back. Thanks for being here, guys. This is all this news just came out, so I'm a little unorganized this morning. So we see Tayler's post here, but I think this is so we saw Crystalline reposted, Vanessa reposted, right? And then we go to this, and Tayler says, "We're on that ass." And she tags Crystalline, Vanessa, and Ariadne, Mrs. Joseph. She tags them three. Okay. I think that it may be that, you know what I mean? Okay. The Snowdens are very smart. You got Crystalline, you got calling for the cancellation of TLC. We have Vanessa calling for the cancellation of TLC. We got Tayler saying that we own that ass and adding all three ex-sister wives. What the heck is going on? That's what I'm trying to say. I mean, Crystalline, Vanessa, and we have Mrs. Joseph here, the sister wife that was there from the beginning, before the fame. How do you guys feel about this? It was a lot, and she has receipts. She has receipts, and we haven't seen anyone deny that she was not there since the beginning. So her and her daughter go to and I'm ad-libbing now because it's like 86 pages. She has all the text messages. Maybe I'll get permission from her and verify it and see if I could read everything and make sure it was exactly her. that posted it, but this was from 2019 and it had never been deleted. So she basically said Dimitri gave her 8K to move and she was supposed to give her 10K. She took whatever she could take and she never looked back. She never looked back. But now that she sees that they got a show, she was like, no, I cannot let other women go into this. And she was one of the first to voice what the Snowdens were doing. She was voicing it all over social media, but nobody was paying attention to what she was saying. So now we're in season 3, and now we have Crystalline speaking out. So this is the crossword I'm at. Like I said pineapples. I cannot hear any more. This is where I'm at with the Snowdens, with Crystalline. Even with Crystalline opening her page up, she's telling us she's the missus, things like that. This is my problem. It's not a problem. This is my fear. The more that you guys post about it, the more we follow, the more we put pressure on it. I think I may not touch this anymore. This is why. I feel like they're saying the court has dismissed this case. So are the other Snowden women saying they were not, the other wives, they were abused? Because the statute of limitations is not up on that, right? If you have proof that this has happened, it's not up, right? If we go to social media, definitely use your voice. I'm not saying don't use your voice. It will be more of a, they have the right, the Snowdens will be able to say, oh, it's allegedly not true, it's alleged slander. I think the only one that's going to be able to get a fair shake if she goes public will be Mrs. Joseph. I think she'll be the only one to get, you know what I mean? Now, all three, we got Tayler, she's an actress. We have Vanessa, she's an actress. And we have Miss Joseph, she's an actress. I have nothing against that. That's their employment and that's what they do. Now, I don't even know anything about Crystalline and what she does, if she was an actress or anything like that. I have nothing against that. I'm just saying how maybe ladies don't be silent, but maybe the stuff that is like we're on that ass and stuff like that. And you know, I'm a Tayler fanatic. Like I'm here for her. Maybe you guys need to pause that. Maybe you need to pause that just for now. Because it comes off and looks like it sounds so bad because women use your voice. Women use your voice. I'm thinking of some of the things I read in the back of my head. That's where I'm at. And I'm like, okay, why isn't anyone else touching this story? Is there something more to it? What is going on? I think all of the sister wives banded together, maybe band together and file, allegedly, I'm not telling you what to do, something, because banded together and saying you're on their ass, all of this, if you do go to court, is going to be court. We know TLC does not care about these people. We know that. So what do y'all think? I'm going to end this. We have Tayler. We have, as you see, Crystalline. Oh, sorry, guys. Let me make sure. Let me take this off. Okay, we have Tayler. We have Crystalline reposting what Tayler says. Then we have Vanessa reposting. Now, I feel like Vanessa, who was married, if it was some kind of DV situation, you should be able to speak out because that, from what I heard, is not covered under the NDA. But this part right here, we're on that ass and adding Crystalline, adding Vanessa, adding Mrs. Joseph, who was the sister wife before the Snowdens got fame. How I say just gather together, have a Zoom meeting, and come on out with it. Because all these hints are equaling totally. I mean, all these hints are equaling who you talking about. We just guessing about it. Is unless that's what you want us to do, just continue to guess and continue to bring, not saying there's nothing wrong with that. Continue to bring attention your way. What is going on? If it's something that happened and you're hurt by it, it's just so many angles that this can go wrong at. You guys, what if you all three girls, you know how sometimes when women we women, all three girls had interaction with the Snowdens. And if the Snowdens get into one person's head, it will turn into a whole different story. TLC, shame on you. I just say shame on you. If you saw any of this happen to these young ladies, you should have definitely stepped in. I don't understand, you guys. So you guys chime in. Who are you here for? Like, who do you believe is telling the truth? Are we going with Crystalline? Are we going with Tayler? Are we going with Ariadne? Who are we going with? Like, what is going on? I'm not blaming anyone, but I think that if you all band together, maybe have a Zoom meeting, maybe have an interview, like Ariadne had an interview where we could definitely see her personality a little more. But if you all just saying we on that ass and adding each other, it's starting to look, what's the action? And like I said, Taylor's one of my faves. She seemed like she's the one that could break free the easiest from the Snowdens. But what is the action? If they have committed these DV situations, hurt you, hurt your children, allegedly, you know what I mean, mentally, emotionally, anything like that, what are you gonna do about it? If they cancel Seeking Sister Wives, if they throw the Snowdens out, what's the end result? That's what I'm trying to see. Throwing the Snowdens out, what I'm trying to say, allegedly, throwing the Snowdens off of TLC and Seeking Sister Wives would not stop women from coming to be a part of their lifestyle. What would do it is if you provided proof and went forth and stopped Dimitri in his tracks, allegedly, if that's what's happening. As we see, we have to keep bringing up that the restraining order was dissolved because Crystalline did not meet the burden of proof. Doesn't mean it did not happen, because as we read, she was choked. However, a text was provided to say that she liked the choking. I think what the heck with that, but okay. So what is the end result? The Instagram messages, the posts calling for the hashtag to stop TLC. What do you guys, what's the end result? That's what I'm trying to say, and I'm gonna end it there. Do I believe Miss Joseph's story? Yeah, I do personally, because she was screaming that like from episode 1 on social media, but nobody was, it didn't bring anything to light until Crystalline said something. I wonder, did she try to reach out to Vanessa? Did she try to reach out to Tayler? Or did it take Crystalline to file that report for it to be, valid? Like I said, I don't think any of them telling the full truth. Hey, I can't. Hey, 2 million. It was a series of texts that showed that they were texting back and forth. Oh, you mean with Crystalline? According to TMZ, allegedly, Dimitri provided the text to the judge that showed she liked the choking. How it had to be more to that. If the judge just walked, in my opinion, allegedly, if the judge just walked away based on a text message, like I could text you that, you know what I mean? Like it could be spoofed. So I'm wondering what happened. I mean, like I said, it has to be so hard to walk up and say, yeah, our husband, like to the authorities. People judge. Like, our husband is doing this to me, and his wife, my sister wife. Can you imagine how that just goes on and on and on, and how people just looking like, yeah, and you're from this country. I can just imagine the balls it took for Crystalline to step forward. I just don't want. I feel like. Do I feel like nobody's telling? Do I feel like, first of all, it's just weird. Let's just start there. The whole situation is weird. And at the end of the day, no first wife, this is my opinion, no first wife is going to sit up there and be okay with a new wife coming up in there and taking all her shine. And I think that's where a lot of the conflict is going to come in at. If you think you're going to be sister and you think you'll be sister wives and be equals, that's not going to happen. Why is everybody bringing? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Take it to, and I feel like maybe the key would be Vanessa. Of course, we don't know everything. I always like to throw that in there. But these bits and pieces, yes, I love reporting on it. But now, I told you guys before, it's starting to make me not feel good. It feels like somebody's missing something. Somebody's missing something. And let me tell you something. When you're bonded and you're together, and you guys are feeling like you're going to be together forever, people lips get loose and you text stuff, and then people be having receipts from 2 years ago. She said this, I said that, blah, blah, blah. And that's probably what happened in the case of the domestic dispute case. It was text messages probably when they were all in love. Oh yeah, spank me, choke me, pull my hair, but not literally, dude. You know what I mean? I'm just saying it's thank you, T Million. It's so strange. So anyway, if it's anybody's story I'm believing, okay, this is what I think. I think Tayler got up out of there. I think Tayler got up out of there. As we see from this week, I think Tayler got up out of there first. I think to follow, now Crystalline is there on lockdown because now it's no flights going out, right? So she was stuck. That's my opinion. So I feel like Crystalline was stuck. And then you turn around and look up, all this stuff is going on with you and your children. It's like, no, I have to say something about it. This is me saying allegedly. Now, sometimes you let stuff slide in the beginning and then you come to your senses and you awake. And you like, no, I'm not going to go for this. I remember when she first got there, she said, number one, respect is a lot for me. That's what Crystalline said on Seeking Sister Wives. Ashley, I just don't see any passion with her and Dimitri, period. So I think that any wife that comes in is going to be a challenge. If anyone has most receipts because it wasn't televised, y'all know I say Dimitri's sister, but I would say is Mrs. Joseph right here. For her to have this up in 2019, 2018, she has the receipts and she didn't have anything to gain from it. Okay. She's been saying this since the beginning, but these things that are going on, so I would believe her story for sure. But these things that are going on with that are the posts, I don't blame Tayler for posting this. I just feel like this is going to sound awful. Can I say? I'm going to say it the correct way, the best way I can. I feel like if anyone experienced the less, we don't know this. I don't know this. Just from the post, if anyone was like, oh no, I'm not going to go for that and experience the less trauma, and that I'm trying to say that as loosely as possible, would be Tayler. Tayler probably said, baby, I got my duffel bag and I'm out. You know what I mean? It's such a delicate situation, but bringing it to social media, I don't know if that's the right route to go. I really don't. I really don't know if this is the right route to go. So I'm going to leave it alone for now, unless something really juicy comes out, because these posts every day, it's a little exhausting because you don't want, let me tell you, I don't want none of this to be able to be burden of proof in court. Someone be able to go back on my videos and pull up um everything that these girls are posting, and then they say they didn't want that shown. You know what I mean? It's something not right. It's something not right. Not blaming the women, because I don't know to what level they can talk, but the level that you're talking at, I'm on that ass and stuff like that. Throw the whole show away. Baby, TLC ain't gonna throw nothing away. That's it. That's all. TLC do not care about nobody but that bank account. Okay. And that's just it. That's just, I'm sorry this is happening to them. What this says, Dr. Pepper could be negotiating a settlement before it goes public. What does that mean, Tina? It only goes public when all parties disagree. I agree. And I'm like, what's stopping someone from just go on your live and tell us what happened? You know what I mean? None of our business. Let me stop that. And then you got Ashley over here. She's doing all the hotep posts she can do. We have Vanessa just reposting, and all of them are following each other. All the ex-sister wives. Does that necessarily mean that you're just band together in sisterhood because you're like, oh, the 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 Snowdens are just so bad, they're just so evil? It looks I don't know. That's why I'm gonna leave it alone. It just looks a little sticky. Do I believe them? Do I believe something odd happened? Heck yeah. I believe something odd happened for sure. I believe that Mrs. Joseph definitely knows more than anybody else. I believe she has the key to everything, like all the tea. Because they probably was doing stuff before, like once you become a public figure, you straighten up a little bit, right? So I believe she has all the tea. But my fave, Tayler, I don't know. Is she the one that's supposed to be in charge of the girls? Is what I'm trying to say. It's not you know what I'm saying? Who's in charge of the girls? Is Tayler supposed to be in charge of the girls? Is Tayler the one that would be the easiest to walk away if stuff went left? You know what I mean? Does Tayler have the most balls, but it would be the easiest for her that if stuff go left, she wouldn't be, it's nothing that would be too much involved. Like, is she doing more of the pushing? Like, girl, you better tell it. Like, Crystalline, everything that Tayler posts, the girls repost. That's what I'm trying to say. So is Tayler like the one that could get off the hook the fastest? Is she the one that knows TV more? Like Vanessa. I feel like Vanessa, if something really happened, like everybody want to hear your story. I think are you waiting for someone that's bigger to hear your story to come on out? Like this post right here, like to at Crystalline, at Vanessa, at Ariadne, Joseph. Is Tayler the leader? That's all I want to know. Is she in charge of the girls? I don't know, y'all. Okay, we're gonna leave it there. If it's something that's juicy, I'll go ahead and report on it. You know, guys know I like to do my research. I was really let me tell you, I told you, out of all of them, I feel like Tayler has the most balls. She would be the one that would go for no nonsense, and she would stick up for herself. And even when we look at with her mom, how her mom was acting on this episode, like, no, not my baby. And she's close with her mom. I feel like she's a free spirit and she'll go from there. I feel like she's also promoting her business. Did you guys see? Oh, spoiler alert! Did you guys see her T-shirt with the dope henna hashtag? Her brand on her T-shirt this week. Go for it, girl. Go for it. Oh, now I see Dr. Peppers. Hey, Dr. Peppers. Now I see what it's. Ashley sitting Indian style, burning sage, watching everything go down. I agree. I agree. She putting her headphones on, like, no, because I don't think that anyone would allow, um, would no matter how spiritual you are, when your husband starts getting those favorites and you seeing things like that, everybody gonna have a spot of jealousy. Even the Winders, like as normal as I be saying they seem, and they're really doing it for faith. Um, even one of the wives, she said, I have to control myself and make sure, I wasn't sure how I was gonna feel when my sister wife had this baby. You know, that's just a natural feeling. All these women have to share one man. And Dimitri, we could tell just by the kisses how he expounds on the passion with the other sister wives. I'm just, you guys, it don't feel good when they're posting this, we're all now you're ganging up is what I'm trying to say in someone else's eyes. I'm saying it's cool with me for you to do that. Just walk the line carefully. Walk the line carefully because it can go left. That's my advice. Do I believe something went down in that house? Yep. Yep. And I was one to say at first, I was like, I don't even think it was Dimitri doing all the the alleged DB, in my opinion. I thought that possibly Ashley would wild out. I don't even think it would have been Dimitri, but that was just my opinion from watching them. And now, if all three of you are now speaking up as a no, Vanessa, say what? Why did you leave the Snowdens for real? You gave us a huge statement. I love Ashley. I love Dimitri. I love the kids. It just I love me more. No, now it's no, you're an enabler, you're a liar. Girl, say it because y'all backpedaling and pee popping is gonna be the downfall. You know what I mean? Now, I said, where is Tasha K when you need her? Because I feel like she would find more sister wife bones than anybody else. You know what I mean? And it will be broke down. But if you guys are Dimitri cheating on you is not a crime. Dimitri cheating on his wife and his sister wife is not a crime. Dimitri inboxing other women is not a crime. I hate to say it. It's just not. It's not. Dimitri being an asshole is not a crime. What is a crime is that emotional, physical, DV, all that stuff you experience and your children allegedly, that's the problem. Him cheating, him stepping out on everybody in the house. If he went down, if he was having sex with a neighbor, that is not a crime. It's not. And they did not address, hey, Jamaican girl, they did not address in this episode. Did everybody notice? They did not put like a disclaimer, but they put those COVID disclaimers. Polygamy has jealousy. I would never survive one of the relationships. I'm a Scorpio. Oh my gosh. No, you could not be into polygamy. Not a Scorpio. I think it's too late after she posted. Yeah. Yeah, Dr. Trappers for life. I think it's too late. But I think if you guys have real proof other than the YouTube and Instagram court of public opinion, I think you go far. And maybe because I've reached out to everybody like, hey, just so you know, I'm a blogger. I'm covering this. Got something to say? Let me know. I'm not a huge blogger, but you got something to say, feel free. Or just if I'm harming your legal situation, let me know. I just don't want that to happen. You guys know me by now. I'm sort of like, I don't want, I don't want them to be able to rewind the tape on stuff like that. I'm only reporting on what's out there. I have been saw Ariadne posts. I have been saw them. I want to read one more post excerpt before I leave to show you why I feel like she has the most juice. Like, who got the juice? Ariadne got the juice. What I do with my phone, guys? Okay, I have to pull this up. You know what? StreamYard needs to get it together. All right, I'm going to read this excerpt and then I'll put some posts on my Instagram. Okay, so this is what I'm going to read from Ariadne's post. And this is in like different groups. It's on Reddit. You can't miss it. It's all over. And what's so cool about it, she had been said this. So it's like no one could come out and say, oh, she's doing this just because they're on TV. No, she had been said this. Thanks for being here. Hit the like, guys. Okay, let's read. Okay. Let me pull up the whole thing for you guys. And we're gonna read it really fast. And you see Ariadne with them. And like I told you, you notice that the bendy be on all the women once they the third eye, the dot, once they meet Ashley, and then when they're down, it's removed. And I thought that meant that your third eye was open, you were open to the energy and stuff like that. And even when Ashley is down, it's gone. It's really gone. Okay. Now, you guys, this is the proof. I'm reading it. And this is from her Facebook, and this was in 2019. As I read, I'll get the exact date. And I believe her. I believe her. I know this is all alleged, but I wanted to share this with you. She didn't just up and post this yesterday. Okay. Let's start from the top. And if you're here, hit the like. My name is Ariadne. I'm a former sister wife of Dimitri and Ashley Snowden. It saddens me to see how things are still the same with Dimitri. He was cheating on us when I was there. In fact, I have texts and Facebook messages from him to some women he was sleeping with. It's only a year ago I was thrown out the house after Ashley decided she did not want me there anymore. I refused to be her lover, and she took that as me not wanting her, only Dimitri. Before I was thrown out, Ashley took the children and went to Cincinnati and left Dimitri to do the dirty work. While he and I were there without her, he had another woman sleep over without my knowledge. There was so much trauma my daughters and I experienced while being there. It was horrible. Ashley is an enabler and her husband a sexual deviant. I thought she was my sister, and I loved her as such. So when she left me with no explanation, that destroyed me because I thought she was sincere. But I found text messages from her to Dimitri saying awful things about me and my children. It was hard to see them take their dysfunction to a national level. So like I said, this looks like it was there from season 1. And I just want to, again, this is her today. Beautiful lady. And this is her posting about it then. Okay, let's continue to read, guys. And this, again, this is her point of view. This is her truth. And all things I'm saying, I guess, is alleged. I would have to say if it's coming out of my mouth, but this is what we're reading here. And I believe her because it was way before the fame. You know what I mean? All right. And you guys, frankly, when you have kids and stuff, it's just like, phew, I didn't want to say nothing, but I'm going to say something. Okay. Even if the girl Jocelyn, remember that's the one that he had sex with in season 1, is a paid actor, what has happened speaks volumes to their morality and actual interest in having a healthy polygamous lifestyle. Okay, I'm still reading. I had to go back. I have to find the next thing. All right, let's get on to it. It's more. Wait, is she the same one that said that Dimitri gave her money to move? Wait a minute, guys. It might be 2, allegedly. Let me just pull it out. Make sure. Guys, it's so much. Okay, let me get back to the pages. Okay. Thanks for being here. If you're here, hit the like. Okay, I'm going into the chat and it says, these are people having stuff to say. Okay, someone asked Ariadne, are you actually in a polygamy lifestyle? Now, this was a while ago. She said in 2019. She says I was. They were first and last polygyny experience for me. I'm done. Then she has texts from Dimitri, from other women. Also, it's a photo. Let me share this photo with you. She has receipts, guys. And I'm only not showing the text messages with Dimitri because I feel the way I'm being honest, telling you they probably feel. I mean, he could just say these are not his texts. Okay, after another month of mistreatment by them both, Ashley left the house abruptly and headed to Cincinnati. At the time, I didn't know why she left, and he wouldn't tell me. The next night, Dimitri got dressed, left the house. He didn't tell me where he was going, so I went to his office and grabbed his work phone. I needed to know what was happening. What I saw made my heart stop. He had been sleeping with other women the entire time, from phone texts to Facebook messages. He hunted women, selling them the same story he sold me. I wonder how she met them. I have to read more. Like I said, it's 86 pages they have on here. He and Ashley talked so badly about me. They wanted me out the house, and she left him to do the dirty work. I had given up everything back home to start a new life with them, so I had nothing. I sold everything my children and I owned, so I had no money, no family, and no place to go. Man, you had to really love them. You had to really love them to do that. And I wonder if this is what allegedly Crystalline is in. Now, you guys, I'm reading this post. Someone posted May 13th, 2019, and it says it's from Ariadne's Facebook. I was afraid to stay, but I couldn't leave until I got the funds to do so. While I was still there, he had women sleep over without my knowledge. I skipped over something. I later found. I'm sorry, guys. It's blocked something. We talked and kept in touch via phone, text, and FaceTime. A year or so later, she came to my hometown to visit. Oh, she's talking about how they met. Why did someone cut that off? A year or so later, she came, and I'm assuming this is Ashley, to my hometown to visit with Nanu, who was only about a year old at the time. After a few days, we fell out over petty differences and decided that we wouldn't continue the courtship. 2 years later, she reached out to me and asked me about acting. Oh, wow. Ashley did? I am a professional actor, and she wanted some advice on getting an agent and so on. We then started talking regularly, and eventually we made amends and started to court again. A month later, Dimitri flew me out to Atlanta. Okay, so she was in Atlanta to visit them before we decided to go together. When I got there, he proposed to me. I was hesitant at first, but the Ashley blessing and having trusted her reassurance about her husband's character, I accepted. I did like Dimitri a lot. He and I had never been intimate before we were married. I was adamant about doing the right way, and we did. I immediately realized after the first week that things weren't what I thought they were. I saw how he treated her, and I did not agree with it. That's it. That's right on, sister. Right on. You didn't agree with how. I wonder if that's how Tayler was with Crystalline, because the way they cut her off, the way, you guys, if you saw yesterday's episode, Tayler was in that kitchen. I can't get over that. Tayler was in that kitchen. I wish I could play the clip. And she was like, oh, if I can interject, Crystalline, regarding you coming to LA, if you had any doubts that this was meant for you, the way the flights were cut off, you can tell that this journey is meant for you. Dimitri was like, looking at Tayler like, speak when spoken to. I don't know if it was edited that way, but it looked terrible. These women should divest for men like that. Yeah. She had no home or family. I'm sure a lot of people cut you off if you say, I'm going to step out on faith and be with this family. You know, just if this is the lifestyle you want to live and the people in your life are not used to it, I'm sure it's a problem. I'm sure it was unhealthy. Like I said, it was an interview today. I saw, I put the link in the description. You can go to Ariadne's page and go over to the interview, and you could sort of get a glimpse of her personality. Seems really chill, like she's gonna go with the flow. Okay, let's read some more. I did like Dimitri a lot. We did that. I immediately realized after the first week that they weren't what I thought they were. I saw how he treated her and I didn't agree with it. I called him out on it. We argued, but had it out later. I saw how they, maybe she meant hashed it out later. I saw how they both talked negatively about women they courted in the past. I believe it. I believe that. And it rubbed me the wrong way. A month in, Ashley divulged to me that Dimitri had cheated on her in the past, and she contradicted a STD. Oh my goodness. Okay, so these are going backwards that I'm in because I'm reading it out of order, guys. I'll post the link. Hi, lady. As you know, I'm a former co-worker of Dimitri and co-worker. I'm a former co-wife of Dimitri and Ashley Snowden. I have shared in confidence my experience with them in a different group, and somehow the info was leaked here and on other platforms. So I will share in full detail. So at least if the information circulates again, it will be accurate and in its entirety. So that's why I sort of waited. I sort of waited. I want to put this up here. This was from May 2013 that this was posted into the group. Ariadne has response in the group. So that's why I'm clearing this to say that this is alleged. This is alleged, but anybody's truth is their truth. Someone put, Ariadne, as I was starting to type this message, I was going to say, let me get this for receipts too. I believe these ladies. I do. Things are going kind of strange. Like I said, you guys, hit the like if you're in here, please. I'm kind of on a fence because it's gone public, and I think that maybe it should go more into, can you even go to a court? Can you go to a court about stuff like this? It's the statutes of limitations up, and this is the point I want to make. Okay. I also want to say that this is up from years ago. So it's not like someone just came out of the woodwork and put this up. I was just hesitant to talk about it because I'm like, this is icky. Okay. Now this is someone posted in the group May 13th. They're saying it's from Ariadne. Ariadne is commenting in the group. And as you see at the bottom, I cut the text out because I don't have any proof of who phone it came from. That's what I'm saying. Okay. She said, when I confronted him, I'm skipping over a lot. It's 86 pages. When I confronted him about what I found, he exploded and choked me. Now, this was before Chrissy came out, right? My daughters were playing in the other room and heard the commotion. I grabbed them and ran upstairs. I didn't call the police. Again, we heard this before, right? I didn't call the police because he begged me not to. He apologized, and out of fear, I didn't say anything. A lot of victims, that's what I'm saying. I don't blame DV people, people who experienced it, because someone immediately could console you and stuff like that. And you just, get into your head and you think another thing. He apologized, and out of fear, I didn't say anything. I eventually got out of there after he gave me the money to move away. There is so much more, but I will stop here. Here are the texts between Ashley, Dimitri, and myself, as well as some messages with him and 2 other women. He was sleeping with a woman named Ty, and also sleeping with her cousin who had a husband, and both her and her husband lived with Ty. In other messages, he calls himself a homewrecker. I cut the messages off because I don't know. All I can say is what comes from Ariadne Facebook, what was in the group, and this was way before these allegations came out. That's the reason I'm saying, dang. That's the reason I'm saying, like, she seems like the most believable out this situation. You guys, I mean, she has the receipt, she has the proof, and it's floating all over Reddit and Facebook. You cannot miss it. And she has been spoken out even before anyone else. So, and I think it takes a lot of courage that if this happened, that she's speaking out because she has a family, right? So she could have like fell in the back end and not said anything at all. Now, again, in Dimitri's situation, we have to look at the facts. The DV case against Crystalline has been dropped. We have to look at that. We can't just say no. Now, Crystalline opened up her Instagram and she's posting the misses and all of that. We have to, I mean, you can't sit up there and say, no, the Snowdens are guilty. We can just speculate. We can just speculate. I wish, oh, guys, I'm sorry. I wish, is Tayler in charge? That's all I could say. Is Tayler in charge? I wish it was another way to go about this, but maybe this is the only way they could share their voice. If someone's into like DV counseling or something out there, maybe they'll reach out to them. I still say that Taylor's the one out of everybody. She wasn't going. She wasn't going. It probably took one time for anybody to lunch. I'm not trying to laugh, but this right here, we're on that ass and tag Crystalline, Vanessa, and Ariadne. I'm sorry, I keep butchering her name. That means something to me. Is this the only way they're able to speak out? And all three of them, Vanessa, Crystalline, Miss, now they're involving Miss, or she's involving herself. You got Mrs. I mean, Crystalline's taking a chance here because what is going on with her citizenship or getting back home? I don't know. I have no idea. I wish everybody the best. What do you guys think about it? You know what I mean? Is this the kumbaya enabler? Is Dimitri really on this bull? Like I said, cheating, he could cheat on everybody every day of the week. That's not a crime. Talking to other women is not a crime. Having sex with other women is not a crime. We saw that on season 1. He came home. I was intimate, deal with it, and gone to your room. Putting your hands in any kind of DV and all that stuff, that's the problem. Being an asshole is not a crime, but the DV situation is. If that happened, they need to band together, find an attorney or something, and get this settled, because in a minute, the Snowdens could really claim otherwise. Like, oh, you guys are attacked. Can you imagine the tell-all? Would they all, I mean, I would say I would love if they invited Miss Joseph to the tell-all. She has to be there. Would TLC do that? You know what I mean? Would she go? Oh, Lord. It's a lot of actresses up in here, ain't it? It's a lot of actresses. All right. It's a messed up situation. I'm not touching it no more, Mallory. I'm done, because I just feel like now I'm glad. Crystalline, thank you for letting us know you're okay. Let's say that. Okay, as okay you can be. I'm not saying you like, yay, skipping in the fields. Tayler, I'm glad you out here doing your thing. When she had that hashtag henna shirt, and I was living for it. Tayler, get your promo on. I'm here for it because I'm interested now in all the stuff she does. Ariadne Joseph, thanks for speaking out. You tried. Nobody listened. Vanessa, I think that you need to, this is my opinion. I know you're over there in Australia, but I think that you may be the one that could link the factor on what's going on. I know you probably don't want to be bothered, but I think that if it's something going on with the Snowdens and you were married to them, I think you saw the most. That's my opinion. This post you tried to help with, and everybody reposted it, but I think it may be, if you're able to, but if nothing physically happened, that's probably what, thank goodness, but that's probably where it gets messy. Like I said, Dimitri cheating is not a crime. Oh Lord. I'm not T-Million. Oh, yeah, they need some counseling. But it seems like if I had I don't know the Snowdens, but it seems like they probably are like, we know more than you. You know what I mean? They're going to have that mentality. We know because we communicate. We are one with the universe and we communicate. I don't know, guys. I'm stuck on this one. And I think that, if Taylor's in charge, Taylor's in charge. But what did Tayler experience? She posted, I know too much to be silenced. What did she see? Was anybody standing up? We see she still follows Ashley. Was she trying to stand up for Ashley? She seems like the type that be like, no, I'm not going for that. The kids are hearing that. What are you doing? She seems like a chill person. So I'm trying to figure out, even she was the first to stick up for Crystalline. But then we see Ashley over here still enabling, if that's what you want to call it, just by this post at all. Like our day at court and got the poor babies laying on a bench. The baby should have been at home. You had to bring all the babies to court. You know what I mean? I don't know. You guys, drop in the comments below. What do you think about the Snowdens? I think it's an icky situation. And I think Crystalline should leave the situation in court. If that's the thing, leave the situation. Even if the case was dropped, you guys said no DB situations. Couldn't she had countered that or refiled or something? Like, no, this is what happened. Because did she even go to court? You know what I mean? Like, did someone talk her out of going to court? It's just so much I want to know. All right, y'all. Until next time, let's just keep everybody in our prayers. But my bottom line is I'm keeping an eye, and I put her link in the description. Ariadne, y'all give me your opinion on her. I think she probably had the most. She knew the most. And nobody paid attention to her. She tried to stop it behind the scenes if it was something to stop, and nobody paid attention to her because she was crying out for, like she said, 5 years ago. She was crying out way before Vanessa, way before. Those are posts that someone reposted. Ariadne was crying out way before Vanessa, way before Crystalline, way before, like on season 1, when she said, I can't believe these people are on TV. All right, y'all, leave your comments below. I wish everybody the best in this situation. It's just, like I said, I'm out. Safe word. Bye.